This is Inform TV 100. Don't forget to press the like button, subscribe if you haven't, and share and comment. I'm reviewing 3 books today for our series on Black history and Black movers and shakers. Uh, this book is called Black Ball, and it's written by Teresa Runstetler, and it explores the careers of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Spencer Haywood, and the generation, they call it the generation that saved the soul of the NBA. It talks about the all the accomplishments that were made and their stories. It talks about the several arrests of the players. In one incident, Abdul described a incident where he was arrested and accused of marijuana because law enforcement said that they smelled the smell of marijuana in his vehicle, in the vehicle he was driving. The charges were eventually dropped for lack of evidence. Um, this is a really good book for anyone who likes basketball and anyone that's wants to know what it was like and I call them the founding fathers of the sport. It's a history of the 70s pro basketball and the players and the black players who shaped the NBA. It talks about the harassment that they faced. It talked about the anti-black climate uh, during that times. But what's important, it also talks about how they prevailed and made the NBA into the great game that it is today. This is called Black Ball. It was very interesting look into the sports of those days with those great players of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Spencer Haywood, and others. So now I'm going to talk about my second book. My second book is called Punish for Dreaming: How School Reform Harms Black Children and How We Heal by Bettina L. Love. Um, the book explores the impact of the Reagan era on Black children and education and how it was a war. She described it as a war on the children. She she described them as having a target on their backs. That's how she described the climate of education. Dr. Love makes the case that Reagan ushered a war on Black children. New policies punish school over policing, standardized testing, loss of funding, and the push for charter schools, for profit charter schools. She puts a price tag on the miseducation, but she also brings a solution. She talks about the rage against these children and against these children being educated. She said that these events did not occur by accident. She talks about the Brown ruling was supposed to give Black children more access to education and opportunities, but it backlashed and started the attacks and the plan, the 40-year plan to decrease education and also to erase um, the history and accomplishments. It's a really good book. It's a very lengthy book, and I really uh, got a lot of information out of this book, and I would recommend this book. And it kind of sends us off into the place that we are now. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next book. The next book is by Jeezy Jenkins, and it's called Adversity for Sale. And it was his very first book, and he was on the New York Times bestseller list for several weeks. He talks about his life growing up in poverty in what he called the Black Belt of Georgia. He talks about his experiences in the music business. He talks about, he calls it how he was able to make something out of nothing. I highly recommend this book. It's a very interesting take. It says he talks about, gives stories that he has never spoken about before. I highly recommend this book. Um, he was, he feels like he was also, he retraces, his steps and tells how he turned his life around. He gives his view on race and civil rights. It's a very inspiring book. I highly recommend this book. Jeezy Jenkins, Adversity for Sale. Please hit the like button and share and subscribe if you haven't already. This is Inform TV 100. Have a nice evening, and we will be following more books, more stories, and tomorrow is the first day officially of Black History Month. So we will meet again tomorrow. And I'm waiting for a book that I am going to do a really good, thorough review on. And it's a surprise. And I think you all will get something from this book that I'm going to review. This the secret book, and I will talk more about it tomorrow. God bless you all. Have a nice night.